Hey guys, I'm Jay. Today is my LeetCode review vlog on the 189th problem. Rotate array. We are given an integer array nums. We have to rotate array to the right by k steps, where k is non-negative. And here's the example. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and k is 3, and output should be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. So each element has been moved forward about 3 steps. So let's get started. So for the approach 1, which is very straightforward, I would call it the extra. I would use an extra array to store the reversed element. So let's create the reversed nums equals new int brackets, and the length should be nums.length. Then we can use a for loop to iterate the nums array. When I is less than nums.length, we will keep iterating, and I++. So inside each iterations, we have to take the correct element and put into the corresponding index of reversed nums of I is equal to, we have to take the correct int corresponding index, which should be I minus k, because we have to move forward by k steps. So for the reversed nums array, we have to take the elements from backwards in a reversed orientation. But here's the problem. The corresponding index might be a negative number. So we have to avoid this situation while corresponding index is less than 0. We have to add nums.length to corresponding index, because there is a thing we should notice, which is if we rotate the array to the right by k steps, what if the step numbers is k plus nums.length and times n? They are equivalent. So in this problem, we can add nums.length to the corresponding index to avoid being a negative number. And also, we have to fix the problem that the corresponding index might be greater than index.length, which will cause an out of index exception in Java. So we have to fix the problem by corresponding index. Should be mode by num_stop_length. Then that's the corresponding index we have to take at nums. So it should be nums of corresponding index. So this is the first for loop, which is used to take all the corresponding elements from nums array to the reversed nums array. And for the second loop, we have to put every elements from reverse nums to nums, because in this method we don't have to return any value. We just have to make every number in nums to be in the correct place. So the code is nums at I should be assigned to reverse nums of I. And let's check the answer. Yes, it is got accepted. And let's analyze the time complexity and the space complexity. So for the time complexity, we should be big O of n. Because we just use 2 for loops to solve the problem. And for the space complexity, which is big O of n, because we use an extra array, which is reverse nums array, to help and assist to the problem. So this is the approach 1. As the problem mentioned, do we have a better solution to solve the problem with only big O of 1 extra space? The answer is true. So the second approach is, let me change the name for the code. So the second approach is, we can reverse the elements step by step. Let's go deeper into the rotation progress. Let's see the example here. So the origin arrays is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the result should be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can think about how to make the first arrays to become the second array. And I think there are several progress, which is we have to rotate array. So for the first step, we can say we could split the array into 2 parts, one subarray and the first subarray and the second subarray. And we can see that if k is 3 and 5, 4, 7, the second subarray should be in the front position, and 1, 2, 3, 4, the first subarray after the rotation should be in the later position. So I think the first step is we can move the two subarray into the correct position. So it should be totally reversed. So the first state. So we can see that 7, 6, 5. The second array, the second subarray is in the front, and the first subarray is behind them. This is the first state, and the second state is we have to correct the orientation for the first subarray, which should be 5, 6, 7. And for the third step, it is very similar. It is, we have to correct the orientation of the first subarray, which should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the three steps, we can use a common method to solve the problem. We can call the function as reverse or rotate. So let's implement the function rotate. And we got three parameters. The first is the array nums, and the second is the start index, and the third is the end index. So inside the method body, we can have a while statement. While the start index is less than end, which means there is remaining elements to be rotate, and we can swipe their index, which is nums at start and nums at start should be assigned to nums at end, nums of end, and nums of end should be assigned to the value of temp variable. And we have to increment start and decrement end because the two pointers have been used to swipe the two elements. So this is the rotate function, and inside, rotate array. We have used the same name for a method. So I changed the name. So let's go to the rotate method. We have to implement the three steps. So for the first step, we have to reverse the whole elements, the whole array. So that is rotate subarray. Oops, it could mean rotate array. It is more general. It is a more common and general name. It should be nums 0 and nums.length -1. This is the first state. And for the second state, we have rotated k to the right by k steps. So for this part, it should be nums 0 and k -1. And for the third step, it should be start at k, but num.length minus 1. Let's check the code. Oops, here comes a problem. And let's see, index I out of bounds for length 1. So let's consider for this arrow nums k nums.length nums.length. We moved k times. Oops. I know the reason right now, because we didn't mode the k. So the steps that should be removed, which should be mod k is k mod nums.length, because in this example, if we move forward one step, which is equivalent which is equal to 8 step. And the 7 is the nums of the length, so we have to mod k. And let's check more for this. Oops, we still didn't solve the problem because we didn't use the mod k. And let's use it. Yes, it is got accepted. And for the second approach, let's analyze the time complexity and the space complexity. So the time complexity is still big O of n because we traverse the array for 2 times. And for the space complexity, it is big O of 1 because we use a temp variable to swipe two elements. So this is the best solution for this LeetCode problem. And thank you guys for your watching. If you like, and you can also check my notes here in my GitHub repository. Thanks for watching and see you next time.